Okay. Recording a video um, that is supposed to be me explaining my living life, domestic, whatever situation, so that I can present to the world and anybody that fucking cares to listen what my actual situation is, so that people can have a chance to understand why things are different with me than with other people. Okay, so first and foremost is I've been socially disabled, completely socially disabled all of my life. I was born into a family. I do not know the precise or the exact circumstances of why I was treated the way I was, but I know that my mother abandoned me as a child. I identified as a dog at first, apparently, and from there something must have happened, I can only guess, that caused me to be mistreated, picked on by my family, and my everyone in my family, my older brother, later my younger brother, and my mother and father. And this persisted until kindergarten. I do not recall my first year of kindergarten at all. I never have. I recall bits and pieces of, and recall remembering my second year of kindergarten with Mrs. Carter. And I do remember that in that time frame I was picked on. I know that I was held back in kindergarten. I was told, anyway, that I was held back. I was told because her kid was held back when she did revenge, but I was also told, or it was written on my report card, I recall. Yes, I could read in kindergarten. Barely. Only a few words I taught myself. But and actually I read it after kindergarten, not before. Yeah. But yeah, I remember being bullied in kindergarten, second year. Like I said, I remember my first year. And I remember being bullied and picked on every year after that until 5th grade, when the physical bullying stopped because I hit the bully back, the biggest bully in my village. After that, I moved to Oklahoma after 6th grade, and I became the bully, actually, briefly. I was the most popular kid in school and asked the most popular girl out, and was abandoned by my mom for the 5th time. Didn't mention that I was abandoned as a baby. I was abandoned at 4 years old. I was abandoned when I was about 5. She physically abandoned me, she left the three of us with my father because she was afraid for her life. Think about that. She left us with my father because she was afraid of him. Okay, so, and then I moved to Oklahoma when I was after 6th grade for a year and a half, and became Mr. Popular, and had a brief stint as an actual human being as an actual member of society. Sorry, that was the absolute wrong thing to say there, because members of society are not human beings. I'm sorry to say, they're domesticated human beings, which is different. I'm not saying it's worse. I'm not saying it's better. It's most certainly better for your situation. It's not better for me. In my case, I don't do domestication very well. But so Oklahoma popular. Oh yeah, so my mom got sick and tired of dealing with my drug dealing brother, 15 or 16-year-old brother. Thanks, Bill. And decided to put us both in the orphanage. Literally, Kate County Youth Services shelter on Railroad Street, a block over from Main Street in Ponca City, Oklahoma. Right around the corner from the Chi, which was next to the Taekwondo one. That's how my memory works. It's spatial memory, environmental memory. It's how everyone's memory is supposed to work. Naturally. But, so I got abandoned there, and then, oh God, 6 times. 6 times. 3 times in 1 year I was abandoned. So I was abandoned as a baby. I was abandoned at 4 years old. I was abandoned at 5 years old. Physically left. Moved in with her. She threw us in a youth shelter, abandoned me. Left me in the youth shelter. Abandoned me again. I didn't count that one. And then, after we get out, sent us back to California. Abandoned me. So 6 times my mother abandoned me. So I have abandonment issues, apparently. I didn't know this until this year. No one ever told me how to deal with it. I've dealt with it myself. I think I've done pretty well. So, I've never had a chance socially. So I've been socially disabled all of my life. I am a genius. I did after high school, or during high school, start to learn how to be social. I liked being popular in Oklahoma. That was fun. It was an accident. I don't remember how I did it, other than just standing up to the bullies and doing it in front of class. Probably had a lot to do with it. I think knocking down the guy twice as big as me, twice my size, because he blew a blow dart in my neck. Just desk goes flying, and I'm boom, knocked him down. I think that might have done something with it. But, so apparently violence impresses you people. And I say you people because I've never been a part of your society, and you don't want me a part of your society, and that's okay. I'm trying to leave it, but just please fucking let me. Apparently why I'm doing this. So I'm trying to tell you what's wrong with me, what's doing this, what my situation is. So I, like I said, I learned how to be social, and I got quite popular and almost famous, actually. I was working at Disneyland after high school, and then decided to get an internship at K-Rock at the same time, while also going to college full time. I didn't get into MIT and Caltech, but I qualified for both, and those are the only 2 schools I applied for. Thank you, guidance counselor. About to sneeze. Anyway. So I learned how to be social and got quite good at it. 20 years old, I got a job as a field service engineer on color laser copiers for Canon dealer. It didn't last long. I'm a really good driver, and nobody else understands that. And then worked for the Canon dealer, the Canon-owned Canon dealer in Los Angeles. I think it was the biggest in the world, or in the United States anyway, other than New York, which I think was private. I don't remember. Anyway, and I was exclusively color laser copier trained. So I was the first person exclusively color laser copier trained, and the youngest copier tech working on color copiers and digital copiers. And then was made the technical lead. So if they had a machine they couldn't fix, they called the 20-year-old. Well, I turned 21 by then. No, I was still 20. So they called the fucking 20-year-old when they needed to fix. No, I was 21. Sorry, at Canon and Gardena. I was 21 by then. So they called the 21-year-old to come in and fix the machines they couldn't fix. And when they had the customers they couldn't deal with, they came and called the fucking 21-year-old to come in and fix them. So my genius started to blossom. I started to be able to be social. I became popular. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to fuck out of Los Angeles. I thought about going to France because it was only $150 a year to go to college. And it was $150 a minute to go in the United States. But that went nowhere. And then I decided to, University of Arkansas. Go down there where Mom lives. Nope, okay. Alright, back to California. Alright, what am I going to do? Oh, I got it. Oh, wait. No, I got it. Yeah, okay, I'm going to be a programmer. Get that. Got a great career going. Make it bank, And then some assholes flew some planes into some buildings and made some money. True story. and I stopped being able to. So the following year, I hurt myself and became physically disabled, and decided, okay, actually before that, decided, okay, fuck this, I'm not going to try and get my business going. This is not going to work. So after a year trying to start a business, blowing $40,000 that I earned in the year that everyone else lost 80% in the stock market because of the dot-com crash, I made 400%. Everyone else lost 80. I made 400. Anyway, well, I injured my back, and then I had already decided I was going to go to school and become a rancher and work with wolves. And I moved up to Idaho and started to go to school, finished college, and brain damage. And guess what the brain damage did? Well, it was lead coursing through my veins while there was a fire raging in my house, and I was outside trying to find things that I couldn't see. So I was using my short-term memory. I was stressed. My hormones were active, making sure my hydration levels were fine, my salt levels were fine, and that I was at a good temperature because I was near fire. Damaged. And I was screaming and yelling, trying to get help from anybody and everybody I could, and thinking about all the people I would need to try and call and all the interacting I would have to do. Damaged. Everything else was fine. Well, actually not everything else, because I guess my life flashed before me and then blew out because I didn't remember shit afterwards. I lost my vocabulary. I remember distinctly trying to find the word foreskin. I did not know the word. Imagine not knowing that word or some other word. You just don't know it. What's the word for yeah, try asking, oh hey mom, yeah, what's the word for the skin that they cut off my penis when I was born? Yeah, hi mom. Yeah, we weren't talking by then, so our stepmom. Mom was 2006 when the dog killed a dog and she got offended. What? Anyway, yeah, don't talk to your son-in-law because So I suffered brain damage, and it affected my ability to interact with people, to create personalities, which are just roles. That's why the previous video recorded, which may not exist anymore, because I'm sure it's going to be taken down because it's truth. I mentioned that I was talking about something. Oh yeah, that. But rumors. But I was describing what's wrong with me. Why am I talking about rumors? Oh yeah, roles. So personalities, egos are just roles. It's all roles, and you're all just actors. And I was too. I became a good actor. I learned how to act socially. I learned how to behave. Well, how to behave is another word for acting. And acting is what actors do. Some of them get paid to do it. The rest of us just have to. Some of us can't. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're just not right. There's something wrong with you. Yes, there is. I can't lie as well as you can about my true state and feelings. In other words, I can't socialize. Wait, so you're saying that socializing is lying about your true state and feelings? Yes, absolutely. If it's not, they call it drama. Guess what? I can't socialize. I can only do drama. How many chat rooms do you think I'm in on Telegram? And how many social media accounts do you think I have in Facebook? I don't even know what else is out there. I do have Telegram. I have a whole bunch of chat rooms that I've created that no one else is in. And I'm currently in a couple that I expect might last a while. especially because they don't have owners, so nobody can kick me out. But no, I have zero social action with anyone. My caregiver and I, and that's it. All other social interaction is to get my needs met. Go on shore and get things done. I do not socialize for pleasure. I can't. So, I have this slight problem with being able to get my needs met in society. And I have the slight problem maintaining my salt levels, my hydration, and knowing whether I'm too cold or too hot, and whether or not I'm about to pass out or get chills so bad that I start to seize. Because I also have epilepsy. I didn't find this out until I got here to Mexico and went to a neurologist who said, "You probably have epilepsy." And I said, "What? I don't kick around and roll on the floor very often with my tongue getting swallowed. What the? No, that's not epilepsy. That's a grand mal seizure of an extreme kind. Epilepsy has a variety of forms of seizures, primarily grand mal, petit mal, and absence seizures, which you've witnessed at least twice now in this video. 3 times now. Oh yeah, well, my condition. So yeah, so I have epilepsy too. And these are what's, wait, no, these are what's wrong with me mentally. Oh, God, man. While trying to figure out what was wrong with me, or after figuring out what was wrong with my head, I was trying to figure out what was wrong with my back and my guts. I started having digestive problems in 2007. And by 2010, I couldn't eat normal food that I was originally eating without going through intense pain. I ate my normal breakfast of a Thomas English muffin, sourdough, with sourdough with aged white cheddar Tillamook cheese, a poached by me egg, slice of Canadian bacon, and real butter, served with a glass of whole milk and real orange juice. Oh. Ooh. Empathy is works through time too, by the way, and through yourself. I'm feeling that fucking same pain from that day, and I remember that when I decided I needed to go to the doctor to find out what was wrong. Why it hurt to eat that. Like 2 years earlier, it hurt to drink my own beer that I brewed. It's this searing, burning pain all the way down your guts. You can feel your food going down here, and it just burns and sizzles. It just fans out and just burns, and it just fucking hurts. But anyway, so I have that to deal with, and what that turned out to be is that I lack HLA 5, A and B. What the fuck? HLA gene, whatever. But it's a gene in your bile cycle in your liver that marks lipid-soluble toxins, the stuff your body doesn't like. Your body goes, get rid of that, and attaches this protein to I assume it's a protein, to the lipid-soluble toxins in your liver that are expelled out through in your digestive system, that are expelled out through your colon. And my body doesn't do that. Never has. So all those toxins go like this through my bloodstream, into my bile, back to my intestines. And all that time, I thought I had back problems. I was having intestine problems from accumulation of aflatoxin made by Aspergillus nigra, black mold toxin, which grows except the inside of my boat, where I've sprayed a treatment that prevents it from growing. Prevents it from even possibly growing. So, That's a key thing there. Prevents it from possibly growing. Mold, black mold cannot grow in my boat where I've sprayed. It's currently growing in my fucking kitchen because I can't fix it. So I found out I'm extremely sensitive to this toxin. And I was not doing well by that time. That toxin had accumulated so much that it caused permanent brain damage. That's how the fire happened. The brain damage that happened when I was going to college is because I left a pot of oil on the stove. I left a pot of oil on the stove because I was downstairs having an absent seizure and a panic attack because I was trying to figure out why the fucking school was screwing with me because I changed my name to Wolf. And, oh, what's that noise down upstairs? There's someone coming to my house. Let me grab my sword and go see who's invading my home. Oh, it's not my home. It's my... Put the fire out. Yeah, true story. That's how it happened. I remember going upstairs and I remember putting the fire out. Right? I don't remember going outside. Don't remember getting the hose. I walked through a fire. I don't remember it. Gee, I wonder why. Whoa. That's a petit mal seizure. That one's induced by trauma. That's specifically in my case, it's used by panic attack, which is induced by trauma. So I can't interact with society to get my needs met, and I have to have someone help me make sure my salt levels are okay and my hydration is okay, and that I don't get too cold or hot, and that I don't pass out and fall and hurt myself and not be able to get up and get to the hospital because I have epilepsy. It's gotten worse. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I was condemned to death because the condition I have is so bad that the medication they wanted to give me, I did some research on it and found it would have killed me. And as it turns out, I'm now allergic to almost every pill manufactured, made or filled by anyone. Especially because I'm allergic to almost every one of the fucking capsules that they use. I have to have pure gelatin into which I can put magnesium citrate, calcium, or magnesium supplement, as long as there's no soy. Calcium supplement, as long as it's pure no soy. So any non-soy supplement, any natural mineral supplement. Or put fucking salt. Oh, activated charcoal. I could put citrus pectin if I dried it, but I don't. I can't buy citrus pectin. I have to make it because the one they make, that they manufacture, is made wrong. It's broken down. It doesn't work as agent chelate aflatoxin from my body. So, yeah. So the toxic syndrome that I got because I had toxins in me for so long got so bad my immune system just said, no more, man. So my diet is pure meat, but I can tolerate this. This is a homemade fried tortilla made of pure white Mexican mixed melaized corn, non-GMO. I can tolerate it. I'm swollen right now. I would call it mildly so, because I can still poop. Sorry to be graphic. It's my health. Equal one. And if you're yawning right now, congratulations. You could still be human. Please come see me. Seizures coming on having death. So I have this special diet where I can only eat meat and that stuff. And that stuff I shouldn't be eating. I shouldn't be eating it every day like I am now. I should only be eating it once a week or once every 2 weeks. But I'm eating it every day because I can't afford to eat meat right now because I have no money left because Social Security Administration and the U.S. Consulate in Mexico conspired and took away my benefits. and kept me from getting them back on appeal. So I have no money and no source of income. And I have to live on a boat where no mold or black mold can grow, and where I can have someone take care of me and look after me. And that's the other part of the situation. Is the person who takes care of me can't take care of himself either. He was 19 years old when he came here. He never left home because he couldn't. He couldn't live on his own. His parents fucked him up. He was born premature. He was abandoned by his mother at his own home too, and probably 6 or 7 times at least, because he was put in institutions as well when he was a kid. He was molested as well. I was molested first when I was abandoned the 5th time. Actually, no, I was sorry. I was molested after the 4th time and raped before the 6th time. Molested after the 4th and or 5th time, but raped after the 6th time. Before the 6th time, but after the 5th. Anyway, he was molested several times and never really had a chance in life. The only work he ever did, he had an internship at Corning where his father works. So he didn't have a real job. And he drove across the country. Well, he drove from New Jersey to Tennessee once. And all he wanted to do was get on a boat and go away and leave society. So he found me, who was going away and leaving society on a boat. And here we are. So I can't take care of myself. I can only live on this boat in an environment I create for myself, and only with a person who is so screwed up, as closely screwed up as I am, as to be at least sympathetic enough to my situation to be able to help. He certainly hasn't been an ideal caregiver because he's not very empathetic. It's not his fault. He wasn't raised by a dog like I was, apparently. But he tries, and now he's missing. But I was getting all the benefits in the States. I was on disability, getting $1,749 a month the first time I started getting it. And I was getting Medicare and Medicaid and Medi-Cal or whatever it was in California. And I was getting HUD. I was getting, $900 a month of rent paid, or something like that. I don't remember, maybe not that much, but I was getting all of my rent paid. And I had food stamps. And I didn't pay for anything, and I could afford to do things. I could afford to entertain. I could afford to buy movies and players and things like that. I could afford to buy cars and sell them and make more money. But I lost my access to my housing benefits. They wouldn't let me have a 2-bedroom housing benefit anymore because my caregiver was fired. Yes, you heard that right. The private corporation that managed the HUD benefits decided I didn't need the benefits anymore for a 2-bedroom house because my caregiver was fired, which says I didn't need him anymore. He's causing me more harm than good, so I should keep him because I have to have somebody, right? Yeah. Can't remember that last. But so I decided that if I couldn't get my benefits back, I was going to leave the country in 3 years. And that day rolled around, and I had already been thrown in jail wrongfully for the 2nd time, and almost died. 12 hours from death by best estimates. 12 more hours in that place, and I would have died. Black mold. They didn't feed me bad food, bad water. I was allergic. Couldn't poop for 5 days, so I couldn't absorb any water for 5 days. I decided I was going to leave the country and started putting things together, I guess, that I realized I couldn't live anywhere except where I could be taken care of and take care of myself. I was struggling really, really hard being on my own. I had no one to help me, and I could survive, but not very well. My health was failing and whatnot, and finally in 2012, I decided I'm done buying a boat, and or I'm done leaving the country, and decided about a month later I was going to do so on a boat on my own, and that was July 15th, and by September 9th I had purchased this boat. So the situation is I can only live on this boat. I don't need anything except my disability to be able to live on this boat, and I don't need much. I spend about maybe $500 a month on meat and stuff to keep myself alive. The rest of it's spent on fucking dealing with all the shit going on. But they've taken that from me. Instead of getting Medi-Cal and Medicaid, I take care of my own health. Instead of getting housing benefits, I bought a home and I take it wherever I need to go. Instead of living in assisted living and having IHHS pay for a living caregiver for me, I just have an in-kind agreement. I just take care of someone that needs to be taken care of. He takes care of me, I take care of him. So instead of getting those benefits, and instead of him being on disability, so rather than costing you, the American taxpayer, let's see, if I was living where I wanted to live, my housing benefits would be $750 a month for housing, probably by now $600 a month for food, around the order of, given my health, and if the guys were still supporting me because you have to do it, talking about $1,200 a month for medical, let's go ahead and start counting the disability and benefit. You would need to pay me another $4,000 a month for in-home health services to pay for my caregiver, medical support. I'd need you'd have to pay for my medicine, things like that. Oh yeah, you already did that. $1,200 for medical. Then there's Zach's disability, which would be $800, $950 a month by now, and his housing benefits, which would be included in mine. So, actually, in addition to mine, so it'll be another $350 a month. So, his medical and stuff. So another for him, probably he needs more than I do in some cases. So $1,500 to $2,000 a month. You do the math. I would be costing, if I was still living in the United States, I would be costing you, the taxpayer, on the order of $7,000 to $8,000 a month, maybe more, $10,000 a month is what I'd be costing you. I was doing it for two, and it wasn't costing you anything because that's money I put in. SSDI is an insurance program, so I wasn't costing you a penny. If you want to say the government was paying me because it's an insurance program, then fine, you can say I was getting $2,000. But you can't say I was costing you because it doesn't come out of your taxes. It comes out of your SSDI thing on your thing. So yeah, it doesn't cost you, but it's because you involuntarily signed up for an insurance program. So I guess you could say and believe that it costs you. So yes, I only cost you $2,000 a month for assisted living, a caregiver, food, and medical care, instead of $10,000. Because I provide for myself. Because while I can't get along in society, I can still figure things out. I'm still a genius everywhere except socially. But I can't live off this boat. I can't survive off of it for more than a few days. We did live in a hotel for a while. We had access to the ability to cook, but I did not do very well. The smoke and the other toxins accumulated very quickly, and I declined very fast. Yes, I can survive off of the boat for a while, but not very well. My health deteriorates very fast, and if I am not allowed at least some private accommodation for my intestinal needs, I have to do enemas once in a while, and I don't have the ability to do normal enemas. I have to do custom the way I do them enemas. If I don't have the ability to do those kinds of things, then I fucking clog up, and it's 5 days and I'm dead. My intestines are clogged and I cannot pass anything. I'm dead in 5 days. I'll burst and I'll have septic fucking sepsis or whatever, and 15 minutes after that I'm dead. So that's why I can't live off this boat. That's why I can't live in the United States. That's why I don't want to and can't live in assisted living. If I lived in assisted living, you're talking about $15,000 a month for taking care of me. So I take care of myself. I do well. Why? Because I can. Why don't I need a doctor? Because doctors don't even know what's wrong with you. I had to go to an alternative doctor, went to an alternative doctor's website, survivingmold.com, who paid bullshit money for basically a scam, because it's not conventional medicine. It doesn't mean it's not valid medicine, it's just not conventional medicine. Conventional medicine hasn't discovered that black mold toxin, aflatoxin, causes transient fucking brain damage and intestinal problems. And that some people don't have the genes to get it out of their body. So they don't know a damn thing about me. They wanted to treat me with something that would have killed me. So I cannot let a U.S. or other medically trained doctor, quote unquote, doctor, treat me or care for me, because they don't know how without killing me. I have researched my own particular condition to the best of my abilities, which far exceed most doctors' abilities. I've never met someone smarter than me. I've definitely never met a doctor more intelligent than me. Sorry, but it's the truth. It's not my fault you don't believe it. Anyway. Yeah, it devolves into the fucking emotional outburst because everybody pisses me the fuck off because they assume I can't do these things. I'm a genius. I've got patents. Okay? Yeah. And I should have patents for medical things, including the medical device, a brace for your pelvis, and which I co-invented with Dr. Feelgood, Lawrence Bagley. And I should have a patent for the medication that I invented, citraspectin, for treating my condition, because it chelates aflatoxin. How did I discover it? Discovered it on Google.com. Chelate aflatoxin. 3 papers. Oh, okay. Oh, citraspectin. Okay. Just like how I found the fucking cure for aspergillosis. The cure is, after you've solved the underlying cause, is to use essential oils of, Mexican tea plant, for example, cannabis probably, but you just smoke or vaporize essential oils and that have antifungal properties against this particular fungus, and boom, you're cured of it. To prevent and actually prepare for curing, you have to have a fucking functional immune system. And that means, I'm sorry, not being a vegetarian. Because humans cannot consume plants. Okay? No animal, no mammal, this is a fact, no mammal digests plants. They digest the digested plants that are digested by the bacteria and other microbes in their intestines and stomach. A cow, for example, consumes amino acids that are created by the breaking down in their 55-gallon stomachs of plant material by a gargantuan array and quantity of bacteria. Cows are not vegetarians. They are carnivores. All mammals must have 2 things. protein, or proteins break down to amino acids, and fatty acids, which are what fats break down. But they must be animal. So, why aspergillosis requires this? Because your immune system needs all those amino acids. And if you're eating plants, you don't get them all. We need 15. I can't remember. It's an odd number, prime number, maybe either 13 or 17 or 15. But you miss 2 or 3 of them if you're only eating plants. And you're exposing yourself to something your body is allergic to. We cannot break down and consume most plant proteins as easily as we can animal proteins. Structured different and do different things. Soy, for example, cannot be consumed unless it is treated a special way. It has to be pre-digested, basically. By the way, I mentioned that I can eat something else besides meat, specifically white nixtamalized corn, fried in manteca. There is nothing resembling corn in this right now. It is converted through digestion, nixtamalization, into a product called starch. So I'm not actually eating corn. I digest corn. Just like a cow doesn't eat grass, it eats a digested grass. So don't feed yourself plants because you can't eat them. You don't have the gut bacteria to consume them and break them down for you into amino acids. Your gut bacteria are in your guts, not your stomach. Your stomach is where your proteins are absorbed. So if you're eating plants, you're not only not getting all the amino acids you're supposed to get, you're not getting most of the amino acids that you're consuming in the first place. So you're actually starving yourself slowly to death. Sorry. I know reality sucks. Anyway, why am I talking about you starving yourself when I'm supposed to be talking about my diet? Because I can only eat pure meat. And I can only drink 2 things. Natural real water and purified RO water with no toxins in them. It's the only 2 things I can drink, literally. Nothing else can I consume except water, mineral water, salt, and fried nixtamalized corn. No manteca, fat, animal fat, meat. So I have to be able to cook myself on clean pots with ingredients I know, I trust, that I've acquired myself, and store food in a safe place, meat, so it has to be kept frozen until use, or purchased freshly. Or what I'm going to do is have a meat locker. I'm going to make a meat locker on this boat, so that when you guys are all gone, I can start hunting for my meat instead of having to raise it on the ranch. Oh yeah, there's one other problem I have too, by the way. Chronic severe insomnia. I can only sleep on my own at most 3 hours a day. I require at minimum 6 hours of sleep. 8 hours is ideal. I'm a fucking mess on 6, especially if it's continuous on 6. But 8, good. I can only get 3 if I'm lucky. Not. And actually, that was if I was just not doing anything. I would get at most 3 hours of sleep a night, and only because I wasn't getting any sleep at all. And there was nothing going on, so I had no choice but to sit there and just for 3 hours. until I found some more pot. Literally, I think I found it in the street, and then started smoking it. And then it was, but we had tried everything, you know, sleepy pills and all that kind of shit. Yeah, I hadn't discovered, this was 2007. I hadn't discovered by then that I was allergic to everything, but it was not good. I was not reacting well to any of the fucking medications they were trying to get me to sleep. Routine and melatonin and valerian root and this and that and all that other shit. Now, I discovered cannabis. Boom, I can sleep easily 4 hours in a shot, no problem. Smoke again, boom, out, 4 hours. Smoke, down. Smoke, down. You got to be smoke, have sex. But, discovered that, and now I could sleep. So I also have severe chronic insomnia, so I have cannabis for that. Cannabis also helps with the epilepsy. It turns grand mal seizures into mild peak mal seizures, and sometimes rather enjoyable too, by the way. Do some research about epilepsy and sex, and other aspects of it. I have to cook for myself. I have to have help. I have to have an environment that's free of black mold and other toxins. And I have to be aware of that environment, because the brain damage I suffered means that I have to be in an environment I can control and be aware of at all times. So I cannot live off my boat. And at this point, my boat is so damaged that I can't even be off of my boat during the day. I have to manually control the solar panels and manually turn the freezer on and make sure battery voltages go down to where it should be. It doesn't go up too high. And if the battery voltage is going up too high because there's too much sun, the freezer's not using enough electricity, and I can't put enough stuff on it to burn it off. I have to turn the solar panels off manually. God damn. And my boat doesn't support all the stuff I need anymore, and it's molding because I haven't been able to fix it. And it's just... Oh, and I also have PTSD from numerous traumas in my life, and ongoing. I'm in crisis right now. My caregiver's missing, so I'm fucked up. But I can take care of myself on my boat as long as I've got my disability, my caregiver, and my boat in the condition I need it to be. Then I can survive anywhere in the world. But and that's not wanted to happen, because people have destroyed my boat. They've destroyed me. They've taken me away from my caregiver away from me. My health is failing fast. I'm sitting here every day, just sitting on the phone, waiting for my caregiver. That's all I can do. I don't know what else to do. I cannot move forward with my life. I'm waiting for them to put me in prison now. They want to put me in preventative detention because whatever. They're just trying to kill me. The government took my disability. The government's keeping me from getting it back. They're instructing this government to imprison me illegally and steal my things. And now my caregiver is missing, and I'm afraid to leave the boat. My intestines are really bad right now. I'm having to force things. I'm in a lot of pain with gas. It's happening right now. Actually, that's why I'm beyond emotion right now. I'm spent. I'm sitting here since 10:30 on Monday night waiting for my caregiver to cross the border and tell me what's going on. 2 days, 48 hours. No, it's Monday. It's up for 48 hours. I expect to hear from him tomorrow after he's let out. I'm not charged with anything until his detention is illegal. That's what they do here in this country. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Hot flash. And not hot flash. Shit. Ah. Shit, 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 shit. You made me guess. I don't know what it is. I can feel it in my head, my sinuses. So anyway, I'm a mess. Hopefully this helps people see why I can't live off my boat. By the way, it's explained on my fucking website, plain and simple, plain black and white English for anybody and everybody to see that I came to Mexico to apply for refuge precisely because I could never prove my fucking disabilities or medical situation, or social situation, or anything like that because no one fucking believes me, especially even doctors. Well, I've been a doctor with working with firemen for 15 years, and I've never seen anything like what you're reporting. I'm not a fireman, asshole. Well, no fireman ever talked to has been brain damaged in a house fire. Yeah, I'm not a fireman, asshole. I don't have fucking protective gear. I didn't have a respirator. I didn't know not to inhale lead fucking filled smoke because I didn't know it had lead in it. All I could think of was put the fire on, Mike. So anyway, instead of costing you people all kinds of money, I try and take care of myself. And what do I get for it? I have to go through the process, and we're probably gonna have to fucking deal with fucking going through all that shit again. It's okay. I don't mind getting $15,000 worth of money out of you fuckers. Way you fucking treat me. Well, it's not everybody, Mike. Yes, it is. A single fucking person come to my boat or call me or email me or text me or message me and say, hey, why don't we sit down and talk about what's actually going on? So I don't have to be judging you by these rumors. Not one single fucking person. Anyway, that's the reality. I don't know how to lie. I can't lie. That's roles, remember? I can't play roles. That's because I can't lie. That's my disability. I can't lie. But you can come here and verify it. Come and march in my boat, walk down my boat, and see the fucking mess these people made. And see what few batteries I have left. That's what I go through, right? And see what a mess these people have made in my life. See what an asshole I'm not. Anyway, I think I did it. Let me see how long the video is before I turn it off. Holy fucking shit.